so percent's an equation. Our objectives are today to write and solve percent equations and to use equations in solving percent problems. So, key concepts that we need to know. Finding the percent. So I have right here, this section right here at the bottom of your page are some hints you need to know. It says what percent? This means I don't know what it is, so it's a variable. Don't care what variable you use. Do not use I or O. That's about the only thing I don't want you to use. And then of means multiply. And then is means equal. And then 6 is 6. And then finding the part of means you, again, are writing an equation. What is, again, we don't know what is, so I made it a variable. Is an equal sign, 15%. Usually you'll turn it into a decimal. And then of means multiply. And then of 40. 40 means 40. And then finding the whole. Again, that's blue. I'll turn it to blue. Here you go, and here's, they give you the sentence, just go right from that sentence what it says. Okay, example 1, write an equation and solve it. So what means what in math? Yes. X.
Or a variable.
A variable. Is what? Equals.
0.85.
0.85. Very good. Just turn it into a decimal.
Times 62.
Times 62.
And that equals what?
And then I'm going to let you use a calculator. Because by now you guys know how to use calculators.
And that equals 52.70.
No!
So 52.7. You can do 52.70 or 52.7. I don't care what. Notice the equal, the X is on one side and the number's on the other, so you have nothing else to do. No, because it's already got a percentage there.
This is my calculator.
It says if you're trying to find what percent, then you would have to turn it into a decimal. I mean, a percent. B, so let's look at B. It says 0.96, so that would be 0.96 is, that's the equal sign, what percent?
W.
W of
Times 10.
10.
And then you divide it by...
So you divide by 10,
9.6.
so it's 0.096, and then it says what percent? To get an answer right, you have to move it over twice to the right.
9.6%.
So 9.6%.
It's not That's not a 2.
See, I got the smart.
All right, let's look at C. 19.2 equals 0.32 of what?
Times W or X.
W, X, Y, Z, purple, green, yellow.
10.
I don't care what variable you use except for
7.
I and O.
O's and I's.
So divide by 0.32.
19.2 divided by
It's 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, good job. 60 equals X. Okay, let's try it again. It's example 1 and 2 are almost the same, identical thing. It says what percent of 48 is...
W times 48 equals 54.
I'd like you to try your answer by yourself.
Can I see the answer?
Wait, what?
Okay, so the decimal is 1.125, and then you move the decimal over twice, and it's 112.5%.
I did something wrong.
I would like you to try B and C by yourself. I'd like you to try it by yourself. Put me on pause and do it. Okay, B is 20. You multiply them together and you get 29.1. And for C, you would divide by 1.25 and you get 304.
I got it. Miss Carson, I got it.
Yay.
I feel so smart and accomplished.
I'm very proud of your smart and accomplishments.
Smart and accomplished because I threw my retainer away at them.
Okay, a real estate agent makes 4.5% commission on property she sells. To the nearest dollar, how much commission does she make on the sale of a house for $132,500? So, you're going to take 4.5%, which is 4.5%, which means I move it over twice. So very good. 0.045 of how much the house cost? $132,500, and you multiply it. Times 132,500. She makes $5,962.5. 50 cents, really.
That's a lot of cents. I think Jordan needs sense.
So you're looking at it is sometimes it's good real estate wise. Here in California, a real estate agent only needs to sell about, especially down in Orange County, sells about 4 houses, and she's made it for the year.
I could move to Texas and buy a really big house.
For about $132,000.
That's a lot of money.
No, it is not. Because here in Santa Maria, $132,000 might get you a garage.
Really? I could live in a garage?
I will live in a garage. Here in Santa Maria.
We're expensive, and California does not have a house for $132,000.
What's the cheapest house that you could possibly get? California.
All right, a singer receives 5% royalty on each CD. So she makes a royalty. That means for every CD that's sold, she makes 5% off of it. To the nearest cent, find the royalty for the CD that sells for $16.99. I'm rounding it to $17.
Okay. That means more cents. That means more money.
So $17 times 5% is what? 1, 2, point.
0.05.
Very good. So 17 times 0.05. So she makes 85 cents on every dollar.
Whoa, that's a lot of cents.
I mean, on every CD. So it depends on how many CDs she makes to make. Madonna, I promise you, makes a lot more than 5% royalty.
We gotta get some more cents.
Okay, shh. Okay, the graphs show the result of a survey. There were 1,023 people who answered.
No.
How many people were surveyed? Who answered yes? Sorry. How many people? All right. So you have 1,023 people said yes, and 93% of everyone who was surveyed said yes. So you're going to say 93% of X.
Is it 0.93?
I know, I haven't gotten to the 0.93. Yes, you can keep it just 0.93. Yeah. So it'd be 1,023 equals 0.93 X. Divide by 0.93.
It goes in even with all my stacks. It's 1100.
1,100.
1100. Point.
The comma.
So 1,100 people were surveyed. Or 1,100, depending on if you want to say 1100.
Make sure you put the comma.
Okay, sorry. I'm not Mrs. Hayes. I don't need a comma.
No, she said we didn't have to do commas.
Okay.
If it was in the thousands, anything higher than that, you had to have a comma.
Okay. Yeah, I like commas if there were like millions and stuff like
But
that.
not like thousands. Like
Yeah.
thousands.
If it was like 100,000, that would be good. Or 10,000 above.
I don't know.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.